Blueface, yeah,
Solid song with Blueface, bro.
Tampering with the bets
has come.
Shout out to D Green with this, man. Hey.
Blueface got knocked out of the ring? Bro, literally falling out of the ring is a crazy animation, bro. And you were fighting a plate cleaner. Ain't Blueface like 6'5"? You're boxing somebody with Cuffham's player build. What's his name? Chibu?
That's tragic, bro.
Chewbacca? Now, even though this is a crazy animation and this video will forever be on the internet, if you watch this actual fight, Blueface won.
What? I could have sworn that fat nigga
ground to assimilate. It's time to recruit data skin graft to turn the enemy's.
Like, if you have any boxing knowledge and watch the full fight, you know Blueface won majority of the rounds, bro. It was like, what, 6 rounds? But Blueface would end up losing by a unanimous decision. That's tough. Now, respectfully, I don't know who the judges are, but Adin Ross is running like a legit boxing business now, bro. I'm sure he has to have professional judges. Okay. Like, niggas can put this toward their professional records. And originally, Blueface wasn't even supposed to be fighting this nigga. He was like a last-minute replacement. I forgot who he was gonna fight at first. But they changed it because they said Blueface was gonna easily wash him.
So Blueface and Ruga were supposed to fight, but the commission saw footage of Ruga fighting and decided that Ruga was not on Blueface's level, so they are not allowing Blueface to fight him. And now Blueface has to fight this big.
What? So
at the last minute, they gave him this 300-pound nigga. Blueface definitely had that. But he definitely had the size.
Huh?
What?
Pause. I'ma definitely edit that out. But immediately after the fight, Adin Ross asked Blueface will he be back again to fight on brand risk. Let's see how he responds.
Can we get you back in here, bro? Can we see you back in brand risk?
Hey, you know damn well you ain't gonna lose your own money on.
Or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on brand risk because you tampering with the bets.
Never that. Never that. I don't know what he's talking about.
No! Blueface is calling Adin Ross a scammer. Now, like I said, Adin Ross is running like a legit business, bro. Like,
sure.
Like, he's the owner. And Blueface said he's rigging the fights. Y'all think Biden Ross is actually rigging fights?
I don't know.
Now, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I do believe Blueface won this fight. But at the end of the day, bro, as a grown-ass man, if you get knocked out of the ring, you automatically lost, bro. You got put out the ring, bro. Bro, I'm trying to think what the equivalent of this is in a different sport. Like, this is worse than getting posterized, bro. Bro, this is like getting ran over in football and your helmet comes off.
That's low-key kind of embarrassing.
Subbed out the game and all types of shit, bro.
That nigga fell out the ring, bro. That nigga said.
Like, as a grown man, you can't even like get mad about this, bro. I think if you didn't get knocked out of the ring, like, you would have easily won, bro. But that was the last thing the judges remember, bro. And he was definitely connected with you on some other punches, bro.
I think I speak for everybody when I say Blueface won that.
Blueface had
that nigga got boomstick, bro.
Landed, but this Chewbacca dude, his punches were like way more meaningful. But Adin Ross did not like what Blueface said, bro. And he even gave him a chance to retract his statement. Cause just think, this could actually mess with Adin Ross's pockets, bro. This would make other people not want to box on brand risk. And you know Biden Ross needs to protect his brand, so he gave Blueface a chance to take it back. But Blueface declined.
That nigga Blueface
gave
butthurt
Ross
because he lost the fight, bro.
Choice
that's all.
But to take legal action.
Brought to you by the man D Green. Why would I sell to my dog D Green? Shout out to D Green, eh?
Thank you.
There's actual contractual obligation that you follow. So
Green.
He was supposed to wear a rain patch on his shorts. He didn't.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna have to pay $100,000 for that. Breached another confidential. Like, he can't speak about anything, money, how much he got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements.
It also reveals Blueface is being fined $100,000 and will not be paid for his brand risk fight.
Yeah, we tried. We tried working with him.
Damn. And first you got your ass beat. And you not get your money.
Work with us, so
you're fucked.
Sucks. I literally wanted to pay him multiple times. You could ask Ak. Every fighter got paid.
That's how you gotta shut the hell up sometimes.
Everybody's paid except him. Why? Because you can't go around saying that shit's rigged. And you can't not wear a rain patch on your shorts when you contractually sign an obligation. And, yeah.
No! I mean, we all seen this coming, bro. Remember, Adin Ross is Jewish. You know Adin Ross has one of the best lawyers in the United States. I'm not gonna lie, Blueface, that's tough.
I don't even know what Blueface is thinking.
I'm guessing this is like a defamation lawsuit.
Wait a minute.
I remember him saying he made like $300K.
Wait, what?
How much did I make on the fight? I'll tell you that I made over 300,000.
Bro, making 300,000 in one night by getting
300K in one day
is crazy.
Wicked. Not even a day, like probably like 2 hours.
Probably like half a mil,
bro.
Right? But it turns out that maybe Blueface did not get his money.
Really?
Here was Adin's point, and
so he missed out on 300 grand.
Where I come in. Adin's
even if you did get your ass beat, bro, you still gonna get some money, bro.
Everybody got paid,
but he didn't because whatever the hell he did.
And I said, well, why didn't he get paid? He did the best job at the fight. I think he brought the biggest crowd. I think it's a reason why those numbers were crazy. Blueface is a draw, and I think he deserves to get paid. So Adin tells me this, and I'm going to be very honest. I really have no horse in the race because I'm really friends with both of these guys. Adin says, listen, Ak, you know how this goes. So the fighters get paid from our sponsor. Our sponsor is RainBet. RainBet is a online gambling casino.
Gambling, so we're promoting gambling, is what I'm hearing.
You know, you could bet on sports. You could clearly bet on the fight. You could bet on whatever you want to. And as part of the contract that they signed, so this is very clear. Even though brand risk is owned by Adin, the sponsor is financing the fights. Okay? This is not brand risk or Adin putting up the money. He basically, I would think, gets like a budget. Don't know exactly how it works, but probably gets a budget to produce the show and probably get a budget to pay fighters. After the performance, and remember, you know, they have brand risk logo. I mean, RainBet logos all over the place. You could tell by, you know, look even at this thumbnail right here. RainBet tells Adin, hey, listen, we're cool with paying all of the other fighters, but Blueface we're having an issue with. And Blueface came out and basically accused the event of being rigged. Our whole business, you know, motto and our whole business, like, you know, engine is about people understanding that if you come to our casino, the odds are the odds. No one's with nothing. And for them, that is an integral and centerpiece portion of their main business. So they held his pay until they could at least have Adin talk to Blueface and his people to figure out what's the medium. So I'm telling Adin, I said, well, Adin, he kind of got to get paid. You know, the guy did his job. And he's like, well, if he'd never said what he said in the ring, he would have gotten paid. So I said, all right, cool. Let me, you know, let me go talk to Wack, and after I talk to Wack, I'll come back to talk to you. So I hit Wack up, and when I hit Wack up, I say, Wack, what's going on? So this is before. Yeah, so Wack now knows I'm involved in the situation. I said, Wack, what's going on?
What?
He said, what's good? What do you mean? I said, Adin hit me up. What's the situation with y'all? He's like, well, he doesn't want to pay.
Taxes. Was chasing updates.
No way.
Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you. So you can.
I said, well, he said he was trying to explain to you why the money is being held up, and he said that you were getting a little bit ignorant. That's why I'm entering the situation. So let me try to explain. His sponsor is a gambling company. The gambling company, who had a contract with the fighter, Blueface, feels that the terms of the contract is breached because the fighter who fought essentially is insinuating that potential bets on the fight, which the sponsor is paying out of, may have been manipulated. Respectfully, I could understand. So I explained that to Wack, and Wack then says this to me. Wack says, well, academics, check this out. It doesn't matter what Blueface said. I said, what do you mean? He said, it doesn't matter what Blueface said, in the ring or otherwise. Adin and Brand Risk signed a contract with me. And I was like, what does that mean? He said, well, they signed a contract with Wack 100 to furnish these things, which is Blueface. So unless I breach the contract, whatever they're saying, which I didn't breach the contract, whatever they're saying does not apply.
Come on! It's like 180 right now. Let's bet 180,000. I got Chibu, you got Blueface tonight, because I know you got to go with Blue and I got to go with Chibu. 180,000? Yes. You got that new steak deal. You could do it.
But you should not be betting on any fights, bro. Bro, this is like fucking Adam Silver betting on NBA games, bro. Like, come on, Adin? I understand you're partner with a steak and rain bet, but come on now, gang. Of course the fighters are gonna look at you sideways if they lose, especially if you bet on the other nigga. Y'all think this nigga Adin Ross is addicted to gambling? I mean, I remember they said he was addicted to lean, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bet 180,000. He putting it on cheaper. That's Blueface's opponent. Blueface, we ain't gonna talk about the 20 grand he bet academics. We ain't gonna talk about that. Now, let's go back to Adam's fight. Let's see what we got going on here.
Now, Adam, can you please tell the brother if he believe in you, then put something up?
I can't bet on my own promotion.
Okay.
I'll get arrested. You see, tapping all these NBA players, NFL, MLB players, bro. I can't do that. I don't want to get that.
Y'all be having some good excuses, man.
I do, yeah.
Y'all.
Rainbet at one point wasn't sure if they wanted to pay me the full purse. I'm going back and forth with them. I'm like, hey, you guys gonna send the crypto, whatever? They respond after a couple hours. They're like, hey, we're sending half, but we're currently reviewing the contract to decide if we feel like we are obligated to pay you the other half.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Adam 22, you don't deserve to get paid, bro. You went out like a straight bitch. I remember I stayed up that night to watch that fight, bro. I'm talking about I'm fighting sleep. Staying up to see how Adam is gonna do in this fight, bro. Just to see you run around the ring like a little girl. Buddy cracked your wife. And you literally lost the fight in 12
Adam just
seconds,
got bitched,
bro.
right? That nigga got
Adam,
bitched,
you've been
bro.
canceled, bro. Like, you're not even a real bitch. Looking for a way not to pay is not a good look. I'm gonna get mines regardless. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that sounded extremely physical. Nigga said, I'ma get mines one way or another, is basically what he said, bro. Remember, Blueface is a crimp, a schoolyard crimp. And Adin Ross actually responded. He says, you're so unintelligent. Nah, bro, that's a crazy 3 words to start off the sentence. He said all you had to do was retract what you said about shit being rigged and you would have been paid in full? Take some accountability like a grown man you are. You lost. Bro, this nigga Adin is on demon timing. You breached your contract that you signed. That's nobody's fault but you. Bro, like I said, this nigga Adin Ross has the best.
Bro, I'm gonna make like 6 videos today, bro, and I'm gonna just like straight edit them. It might take me like 2 days, but like
he said, do not.
You just gonna write up the videos, bro. Like 6 videos every day, bro.
You're gonna breach out. That's how the law works, dummy. That's how the law works, dummy. Nah, bro, who Adin Ross feeling like? Nah, calling Blueface a dummy and unintelligent is crazy.
That is
bro, y'all think
disrespectful.
Blueface got bodies?
I think so.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. One of these tattoos on his face has to stand for having a body. He said everyone else.
I mean, I wouldn't be really surprised if he did, but I'm not.
Because you breached. All you had to do was drop the tough guy act, retract what you said about shit being rigged, and you would have been paid in full.
That's
this game, you're not ready for it.
Hey, bro, that's one of my favorite movies.
Hey, what
are the comments saying?
Delete the tweets or no?
No, it's already up. It's already screenshotted. Fearbuck already posted it. All the page. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, we can't just delete all my posts, Blue's posts, Wax posts. It's all up. So that's what I'm saying. It changes everything. If I'm Rainbet, I'm not paying. If I'm Rainbet, I'm not paying them a dime. To be honest, just being honest. I mean, why would you? It's breach. It's leaks. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why would I? If you were Rainbet,
Would you, Adin?
Sure.
You say you my fucking friend, right?
Yes.
What that's worth? Cause I didn't hesitate
to
use
these comments, bro.
That's
and I know it probably doesn't register to you.
But Wack, you can't act like this. You went to the internet first.
Blueface just got blue balled. That's tough.
Listen, bro. Act, you know what I'm saying?
Not right that he wasn't paid. He's still fought.
I never said nothing because I was
not gonna lie, Shibu got hands for real.
Right? Do for me what the fuck you know I did for you.
And Wack, I'm gonna call. I pay every brand risk fighter. I've never had an incident.
I'm not gonna lie, Blueface. It looks like you actually might be cooked, bro. Like at this point, this nigga Adin Ross already contacted his lawyers.
Dang,
Blueface responds again. Bro. Never said how much I was paid.
Huh?
Okay, so you're just gonna lie like that, bro?
That I made over 200,000, and that's just for the fight.
The excuses are becoming evident. Was never contracted to wear a patch. And even if I was fined $100K, that's not even half of what's owed. Talking about retract my statement. And why would I do that if I was never compensated? Further proving my point. This was bad business from the opponent, changing a week before the fight. And my original opponent still on the event.
What?
Wait, so the nigga that Blueface was supposed to fight ended up fighting somebody else?
You guys think Ruga's gonna get?
Oh! Oh my God! Adam! Anything's possible.
Okay, Adin Ross, I'm not saying you're scamming.
Okay.
Don't sue me, but you're betting on fights. The fighters are switching up at the last second.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, Adin's definitely scamming. He tried to say I was drinking and getting lit. I don't even drink, chat. It's definitely an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it?
Where?
Adin, I got a bet for you. I bet you can't show nowhere where Blueface said Rainbet or brand risk rigged anything. You could show me 2-3 places where he said you, Adin, you as an individual, it tampered with things, and I just showed you why he's thinking these things. I don't know if you're partners know that you're saying these things and doing these things. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you're moving so fast and you know what's happening for you so fast that you feel like you untouchable, but I didn't see the untouchable get touched in this business. We're gonna call a spade a spade. January, third week of January, you couldn't bet. Rain.
This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
A month
later, I like drama, so yeah, it's
3
good.
weeks later, March 14th, you
So that's
ready
why
to
I'm not
bet
talking that much,
180 grand with DDG. You bet 20 grand with AK. 1 minute you saying you can't. Did the rules change from January to March, or where you said you get in trouble if you place a bet and this, that? Or was it that possibly, maybe you had something, you had something going on? Now you wondering why Blueface is thinking you rigged the bet, you rigged the fight. So listen, never one time did he say brand risk. He said you, Adin, and I think you a little hurt, and you trying to use the brand risk people to say brand risk is not, no, it's you. We don't mind you not paying right now. We don't trip. It just pay us more money later. We ain't tripping. My attorneys is on it, as you know. They've already back and forth. And I have Jewish friends who have told me and looked at this matter and said, my brother, you are in the right. And he had no right to make sexual advances at you.
What? Look how happy we was. Come on, bruh. This ain't beef. Over a boxing match, bruh.
Didi, he took it to a whole nother level. And you got to hold your man accountable for that. He signed an agreement. He breached. It's that simple.
Like, I don't think it's right to not pay him.
He's not going to not get paid. It's not my money. It's up to the sponsor.
That's all I got to say. Because it's like, then this how you look at it from a business perspective, right? It's like if a nigga got to step on eggshells to get paid, how that's going to make the future fighters feel.
I wish he didn't say, listen, I fuck with Didi. I always have his back, always. I really wish he wasn't one-sided here, because he could say, me personally, every time I've dealt with Adin, or I know someone that dealt with Adin, he's always done clean and good business. And that's a fact, bro. He knows behind closed doors, I've done clean shit. I don't ever fuck anybody over. And I wish he kind of would be more neutral.
I mean, I feel like Adin can just say, oh, he can't fight on this shit no more. You gotta pay the nigga, bro.
It's not hard to tell, bro.
Only reason I said it was easy to tell is because Adin. This is my fighter. I'll bet $1 million on him.
Okay, you must know something we don't know.
And a unanimous decision is even crazier. That was the dead giveaway.
Now I'm gonna be 1,000. If I was Blueface, I would have just retracted my statement, bro. Because at the end of the day, Blueface, niggas had to help you back in the ring, bro.
Shit,
so you can't really get mad about losing the fight, bro. I understand you was mad. You just knew you were about to win this fight. So you said the first thing that was on your mind, Adin Ross is scamming. Once Adin gave you a chance to take back your statement, you should have just did that and got your bread, bro. You was getting 300K? Bro, I would have easily retracted my statement for 300K. But I'm not gonna lie, Adin. Bro, all fighters say this shit is rigged after they lose. Y'all know boxing is a dangerous ass sport. Like, people legit can lose their lives in the ring. And all because Blueface said, I understand you're trying to protect your brand, Adin, but it's called brand risk. Cut Blueface some slack, bro. Man just probably got CTE because of this fight. Paying that nigga $0 is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. But don't sue me.
Good video, I ain't gonna lie.